Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It is March 30th, 2026. I thought I'd come on and do a read. So I hear this curator talking. These fellas are making a choice in it. From their last read, it sounds like the devil's coming in hot. Sounds like they know who they want to try to harvest, who they want to pick a fight with, the strongest one. Like maybe they've determined who that is already. Apparently that's how they get their harvest. They harvest those who got one. So the angel gets their harvest and then the devil comes in and sacrifices it. Takes it. That's the plan. I hear this curator over there talking with his buddies. They've got a high priestess in mind. They're excited. She's not innocent, but she's childlike. It's so sick, you know, listening to these so-called men looking for a leg up in this way. Not because they actually did anything magnificent to earn a reward, but because they're just a pirate, just a brutalizer pirate, magician. It's really interesting to watch the thoughts flow through the mind. I'm grateful for the silence. So I hear this curator talking about, like I said, this high priestess, and they're thinking about getting a harvest, you know, going to send in the devil to get themselves a high priestess so that they can hold the foundation firm on their utopia or whatever. They need this magnificent energy, this power. Let's see how it's going to work out for them, shall we? Shall we see how it's going to work out for the devil? How's it gonna work out for the devil? Is the devil gonna take the woman out again? Well, we got the Knight of Swords here. There could be some restlessness and a sense of urgency regarding the Six of Pentacles and the foundation, the Four of Wands. Going home. You going home? They want to make you stay. Now, I've heard the royal mothers state that you have a guarantee. These nasty jacks who've been siphoning the souls of divine feminines for centuries, fueling their illusionary utopia and whatnot. They've lost something. Let's see what's going on. How are they gonna get their harvest? Are they gonna come after the divine feminine? Most High God stated that this was the end of their relationship with batteries, so I don't see it happening, honestly. We got the Five of Pentacles. Hardship, material loss, poverty, illness, abandonment, struggle, scarcity. We've got children in a blanket there. Challenge position, we've got the King of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So there's new leadership regarding the fortune of destiny. A couple reads back, we had divine masculine listening in on the gatekeepers regarding the fruits of divine feminine's labor. And there was an attack coming in by the jaguar or something. So King of Pentacles could be the new gatekeeper. Take it as it resonates, the Wheel of Fortune. In the subconscious, we've got the King of Swords. King of Swords and the Four of Cups. So, King of Pentacles is, yeah, he could be the new gatekeeper of the fortune, of of people's destinies. Or it could be that people who are in a Five of Pentacles scarcity have been challenged by this King of Pentacles who has been in charge of the Wheel of Fortune or the Gate of Ascension and such. So the King of Swords is here perhaps having this truth and a thought around justice. Some sort of clarity and renewal regarding the Wheel of Fortune. So they've been listening in on these gatekeepers. And why are the children coming in as a Five of Pentacles? Why are they there in scarcity? This should not be. This is ridiculous. No child should be born into poverty. In the recent past, the Eight of Pentacles. Mastery. These ones have been siphoning the inheritance of the masters at the gate, brutalizing them and sending them back down for scarcity, taking their credit for their victory. Intentions, expectations. So you've mastered yourself. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here. You're reliable, dedicated, persevering. Two of Cups, partnership and love. Masters. You could be working together, building some sort of precise flow. Patient and persevering within this connection, this Two of Cups connection. We got some folks out there that are trying to interfere in this Wheel of Destiny. And I think it's this King of Pentacles. Once your master, they want the title of this master, but they are not that. Well, we'll get more clarity. In the near future, we've got the Seven of Swords. Deception, dishonesty, cunning. They're holding all the swords. They want this. The Devil. Alrighty then. So we've got the Seven of Swords and the Devil. Somebody is working on a strategy. They're addicted to your energy and to the merchandise that belongs to the Earth Angelic. They don't have it. They cannot produce it. They've been managing it by casting the illusion that we are unable to manage ourselves, which is just stupid. They're very greedy. So they're lying. Their strategy is to lie and to manipulate. They're addicted to your energy and they're under judgment here. The all-seeing eye sees what the devil has been doing with the divine feminines, the high priestesses, the empresses, and so on. This trickery, this deception by the devil, keeping the divine feminines entrapped and snared. So that is being seen. The devil's coming in hot and fast. The time is nearing. Now, timeline, as far as I know, is April 5th to the end of April. And that's when this big clash is supposed to happen, I guess. Whether it be in the 3D or in the spirit, I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But then there's a big cleanup and restoration that's supposed to be done by the end of September. I'm guessing. So the lens that's being looked through is the Seven of Cups. Illusions and dreams. Temptations. So they've been keeping the all-seeing eye can see what's been going on with the divine feminines and this illusion. She's just wrapped up. Her head is wrapped up in this illusion. And then they knock her down, take credit for her mastery, and then rebirth her into this scarcity, this suffering. That's what they've been doing. It's what they plan on doing. They're under judgment for doing that. In the environment, well, we got the Three of Pentacles, but it came out in the reverse. Isolation, competition, conflict. Somebody that's not cooperating. Their work isn't producing results. They're in disagreement. They've been wrapping the divine feminine's head in illusion in order to keep them in this scarcity, in order to keep them bound in this particular status, while sending up Jezebel to bind and cord and trap divine feminines. King of Swords. And well, let's see what's going on. Okay, we got hopes and fears. What's going on, hopes and fears? We got Page of Pentacles. Opportunity. An offer. Nobody's in agreement. They want to make an offer. It's in the reverse. Oh, no, it's not. It's in the upright. Sorry. They're trying to manifest an opportunity, making a small offer. They don't know what to do. Nobody's cooperating with each other. The Four of Swords. Retreat. Somebody might be retreating. They're all worn out. They're out of energy. They're under judgment. King of Swords is taking action. Urgent action. Very swift action. And we've got Queen of Swords here with the Ten of Cups. So King of Swords, Queen of Swords are, oh, that's a Knight of Swords. So we got Knight of Swords. And then we got Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups. So this Knight, there's a sense of urgency regarding the Ten of Cups, regarding happiness, regarding unity. Queen of Swords is their magician. Queen of Swords has clarity, a magician, your manifestation, your transformation. So they sacrificed you, but you were able to transform. You became something new in the history. Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Empress. Queen of Wands, one of the Ten of Pentacles of this Empress. Death. Five of Swords. The World. Fear. Somebody's afraid because justice is here. Oh, the Knight of Cups. Regarding solitude. The Hermit. The Knight of Cups is recognizing the solitude. I did some research on why there's this High Priestess is alone. There's a victory here. And a celebration, a homecoming. Yeah. So, the eye in the sky can now see why the divine feminines appear to be Jezebels. It's because the actual divine feminines who have mastered themselves, have been getting harvested at the gate by this King of Pentacles, has been taking their fortune and then giving it to somebody else to come up and create war through relationship and marriage with the upper divine beings. The devil is here in the chi. So the curator is talking to the devil, Satan or whatever. And they are talking about this high priestess. Got free. Broke out of the freaking thing, and now everybody's under judgment for what they've been doing to the women. Scalping their freaking reward at the gate and then putting them back through for a life of suffering and poverty. When they are masters. These are masters. That's how the King of Pentacles got his money. Gatekeepers. Yep. So now poverty is caused by the gatekeepers. Or there's poverty coming for the gatekeepers. King of Pentacles is here, the challenge position. So there could be a Five of Pentacles poverty now for the gatekeepers, because this King of Pentacles could be in charge of the wheel now. There's a new gatekeeper. And the old gatekeepers are going to be born into poverty for what they have been doing to divine feminines. King of Pentacles is here. Oh, good. Balanced and tempered. Regarding destiny, regarding life cycles, regarding the dharma or karma and the destiny. Tempered and balanced. So we've got a new gatekeeper. The old gatekeepers are going to be given a life of poverty. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because the King of Pentacles is here. He's the new gatekeeper, and he's bringing balance for those who are in temperance energy. Those who have mastered themselves. We had a bunch of freaking jackasses at the gate harvesting the rewards of divine feminines. And giving them to their puppet, their orgy Jezebel, and sending her through to ensnare and entrap divine masculines. So the King of Swords is here. He knows the truth. And we've got clarity and renewal with the Four of Cups. Unease, fleeting. The gatekeepers are thinking about this. King of Swords knowing the truth. They have clarity. And the wealth was fleeting. They're uneasy. Or maybe maybe they sent you unease, dis-ease, and it was fleeting. Maybe they sent you dis-ease, but it was fleeting. It didn't stick. It didn't stick. You might have felt really poopy for a little while, but it didn't last. Eight of Pentacles here. Diligent, detail-oriented. You've mastered whatever your skill is. You're working real hard. We have these gatekeepers that have been setting people up, sacrificing their wives or sacrificing them at the gate and then replacing them with a copycat, harvesting their reward, offering. 8 of Pentacles, offering. Hard work, mastery, offering. Maybe you made an offering. Maybe you are an offering. Maybe your skills were offered to those of long ago. It looks like maybe you're getting an offering. Somebody's getting an offering. There's a whole bunch of these things in these little, I don't know what that is, little foods or whatever. We do have Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Patient and persevering. 2 of Cups. Things are falling apart. An offering. Things fall apart. It's like it's up, that's like the right side up, but it's upside down. Things are falling apart. Things are falling apart because you persevered and your partnership is strong. So things are falling apart. Somebody made you an offering. You made an offering. We've got the 7 of Swords here, deception of the devil. Regarding the illusions in the minds of the divine feminines, how they've been driving the minds of divine feminines. They've been taking the mastery. They've been taking the mastery of divine feminine and offering it to somebody else. Flipping it, offering it to somebody else. And then they rebirth the divine feminines into this poverty. And then they just leave them there alone, suffering with this tragedy. Nobody would work with them. Nobody would do anything. They would cast illusions over their minds. Leave them in the dark. They were a master. There was an offering. They were sacrificing masters. Divine feminine masters. They were sacrificing, offering them. Osiris, weighing the heart. Things have been falling apart. There was that thing that there be one innocent at the day and age or whatever the heck, that they would save the human race or whatever. This could be something that's happened. Maybe somebody actually went through that that was a strong bond, worthy, and things are falling apart now. So there was a pure strong bond, offering a master. There was a union, and now things are falling apart for the devil. It's a Knight of Pentacles. Reliable and responsible, persevering with this 2 of Cups. So you got a lot of devilish stuff happening out there with your mental body and your chakras, perhaps. This illusion. So in the near future, you see the trickery, the deception of the devil. They want to cast illusions over the minds of joy. So they want to bring illusion to the minds of joy. Things are falling apart. We have judgment. There's an awakening. The eye in the sky can see what they've been doing to the divine feminines. We've got knowledge. We've got the moon. So there was a transformation while in the dark of the women. See? There's judgment. The eye in the sky can see what they've been doing to divine feminines. There has been a transformation of those divine feminines while they were in the dark. So they are seen there. There's knowledge. You've gained knowledge. You've gained a lot of knowledge over what has been happening here. And then we've got imagine. Over the mind. What they've been doing to the mind. So the women who have been here, there's a judgment. They've got clarity. They've transformed in the dark. They've gained a lot of knowledge over what was going on. They definitely did transform. The children are with them. And we've got imagine. So people are afraid over what's been going on in the mind, or they were hiding your mind. They didn't want people to hear you, see you, feel you, your joy. They wanted people to think you were insane. They were doing mental magic over your mind. Healing. You're a healer. You're a master healer. These guys have been recycling you through this piss party or whatever you want to call it. Three of Pentacles reversed. They were competing with you. It's not working out. Nobody wants to work with them anymore. History. High Priestess. So there was conflict, non-cooperation in the history with this High Priestess. Nobody wanted to work with the High Priestess. They didn't like her perception of reality. They thought that she should just die and give her energy and her source connection to a Jezebel so that they could go ahead and use that wisdom to screw people's lives up. Page of Pentacles is here. They want to make a small offer. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Whatever the conflict was, whatever the competition it was, it didn't work out well. There's no more collaboration with them because of the history of what they were doing to the High Priestess. There's boundaries up. Page of Pentacles is here. Stable. Wanting to make an offer, but the boundaries are up. The Sun. So there's boundaries for this Sun. The Sun has boundaries. He's protecting the woman from those who have masks. Four of Swords in the outgoing energy. You're resting. It's time for you to recover. You're damn tired. You're just tired, and you got this Lion kind of got your boundaries firm there. Listen. You're listening. The fruits of your labor. You're listening. You're receiving messages. You're a High Priestess. And there's no more working with the power of three due to the history of this stupid conflict against the High Priestess. The secret garden is grounded in love. Not spite, not jealousy, not vulgar betrayal and, whoring and whatnot. We got abundance here. There's an abundance of healing here in the secret garden. And the community can speak up about their ideas, what inspires them. And there's a lot of opinions of the shadow that are coming in. And the royal mother, the most high, that if I would dare to say, has stated that so shadow and opinions, they cannot curse your land, they cannot curse your business. So these religious people are looking at you there. You got a big emerald heart. You're just so full of love. Your love is magnificent. And they're just looking at you, and they got all these negative opinions about you, and they're all very dark. Because that's where their mind is. And you are protected. You're the caretaker here, and you are protected. So you're the chosen representative as a caretaker, and you have a childlike demeanor. It could be that a magician left you alone, and you were patient while your armor was growing. You were building your armor while you were flipped and attacked, stranded. Somebody wants forgiveness now. For laying you to rest. There's appreciation. You were always very much appreciated for feeding the animals, feeding the people, taking care of the children in the history. You're very strong. You're very strong. And the teachers who taught how to hurt you and hurt others, these mask wearers, there's death. Yeah, because that was sucky, man, in the past. Yeah, that sucked. So we're going to, in this new circle, this new circle is going to be of people that know how to care for self, therefore know how to care for others. They listen to source. It could be that you're taking you're resting, you're alone, you're healing, you're listening to the fruits. Whatever it is that God's bringing you, the fruits. You're listening to the fruits. So the fruits are what the sun is bringing you, and you're sharing that information. You got boundaries. Page of Pentacles wants to make an offer, but there are boundaries created for you by the sun due to the history of what they did to you. High Priestess, you're a High Priestess. So the gatekeepers, we've got lots of them. We got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we got, over here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With a couple of children. So 11 women, couple children. This has been going on for a long time. So now we've got 5 of Pentacles for the gatekeepers. They're being punished for what they have done here. They're challenged because there's they're getting rejected. So there is scarcity and poverty for the gatekeepers because they rejected the divine feminines and kept their rewards, sending them back through for suffering. So they're challenged because we got a new gatekeeper here. He's in charge of this destiny. And those who are getting rewards, he and those who are getting rewards are balanced and tempered. They're in their temperance energy. They're bringing balance to things. They are able to heal. They're master healers. These jackasses have been trying to keep him away because they don't want the healing. They want to terraform the planet. They had a plan. Sex addiction. So those who are balanced, those who are tempered, it's like somebody's challenged because they're rejected for a sex addiction. The way that they were using women. King of Swords is here. He's disciplined. He knows the truth, the honest truth about the Four of Cups. He's got clarity. This feeling of unease is fleeting. He's getting his wish. Somebody's getting their wish. We have the Eight of Pentacles, Mastery. There was an offering made. It seems to me it was of a divine feminine. We've got Eight of Pentacles offering. Divine feminine. It could very well be that the Egyptians are here from, you know, the tree could have been mended. I mean, they're calling divine feminines the unifier because they were able to master themselves. There's an offering, divine feminines, and we've got the Knight of Pentacles and an unbreakable Two of Cups bond. And there are things falling apart. Fed up. Maybe you're fed up with things falling apart. Maybe things are falling apart because you're fed up. This is an unbreakable bond. There was an offering here, a master, somebody who's detail-oriented, somebody who takes their self-improvement seriously. This divine feminine. We've got here the Seven of Swords, deception. Regarding the devil, those manipulators, those greedy manipulators, they're trying to create an illusion around the mental body. A Seven of Cups regarding the woman's mental body and her joy. They've been casting illusions regarding her joy. So they still might want to do that. They're trying to download or upload or stream verbiage that is unsavory. And I've mentioned this a couple of times. It's like the energy can sometimes be very, very harsh. It feels like the heart is breaking, and it's very, very negative energy. The key is to just build resolve in yourself and watch it. Try to watch it, the sensations, but without thinking anything. Try not to think. Just watch it. Because they're trying to cast illusions over you as a joyous person. They want to run this rhetoric through your mind that is rejection. That is, you know, icky, a sexual energy or whatever. They want to strip you out of your joy and your divine feminine recognition. So they're trying to cast the illusion around your joy. What's going on with... Whoa, did you see that? Son of a bitch. They're not able to backstab you, or, excuse my language, they're not able to backstab you. They're not able to play mind games with anybody. They're trying. The devil's trying, but the devil's failing. Because you're joyous. You're not backstabbing anybody. You're not deceiving anybody. They can't cast the illusion. It's not work. They're trying. Judgment. They're under judgment because the all-seeing eye sees what they've been doing to the divine feminines, how they've been holding them back for more suffering, taking their initiate rewards, their mastery, their gifts of mastery, and then elevating devil women and bringing them up to cord and bind these divine masculines, to drag them down. They didn't want the divine masculines to get too far ahead of them now. So they're under judgment for what they've been doing with the purpose of these divine feminines. There's knowledge now. There was a transformation in the dark here. These women are saints. Their mind is, they've got these brilliant minds. They can manifest these brilliant colors and these brilliant worlds. They're not under pressure. Their minds aren't messed up. They don't have any anxiety. They're not causing any anxiety. They're joyous people. They're not backstabbing anybody or love bombing anybody. They're not causing any pain by cheating. They're faithful. Three of Pentacles is in the reverse. We're not working with them anymore because collaboration became competition, in the history with this high priestess regarding family. And so the high priestess wanted, you know, families, and these ones wanted sex addicted hoe bags. And it appears as though we're not working with these hoe bag witches anymore, who have been trying to hold back the true divine feminines and send up these little Jezebels. Yeah, they know about it now. Divine masculine conceive. Page of Pentacles is here. There's an opportunity for manifestation. All offers are, there's boundaries for all offers regarding this sun. We got this sun. The lion is there protecting the divine feminine. And somebody's not happy. Jezebel's not happy. You're being protected. This big old lion is like right there. There's boundaries. Somebody's not happy. They can't get in your energy. They really want to. You're resting. You are connected with source. These people know it. You're listening. So you're resting and you are receiving the fruits of your labor. The divine is just giving you the fruits. You're resting and you're receiving. You're listening to your guidance. You're listening to whatever it is that the upper divine is telling you while you're resting. What your plans are for the future. What it is you're going to manifest. You're making plans with this Four of Swords, right? So you're healing. You're thinking about what you're going to do with the future. You know, with all that you have learned here. You've got all of the fruits of your labor. What are you going to build with it? Who are you going to feed with it? Are you going to gather the seeds? Where are you going to plant them? The sun is shining. There are boundaries. Jezebel's not happy. You're not under pressure. There's an ego death, and Mr. Fake Spiritual is suffering a chaotic ego death for bumping heads, perhaps for whoever it was that he bumped heads with. Yeah. So there's not happy. Listening. You could be listening. Maybe you're listening to this chaos. The person that was listening to your intellectual property and then giving it a twist and leading people down a path of incoherency by bumping heads, doing it fake. This isn't the real deal. This is not you. This guy has been stealing your freaking look, and it's too late to pop the question. Yeah, that's a fake guru, and it's too late for them to pop the question to somebody who loves themselves, because we're closing this cycle. Absolutely. And this cycle is going to go to get arrested. And they're losing sleep. They're losing sleep here. Is there some shocking news? There's no strings attached with this love spell. Like whatever magic they're doing, it's not working. There's no strings. There's no cords. They're drinking. They're spying on you from secret accounts to cope. And you're turning your back on these karmic ties. Yeah. The twin flames are. And these poor, you know, soul, they have no value in their soul. They're getting readings on you. Mr. Stubborn, it's got to be my way. You know, this romance, it has to be this toxic lifestyle. But they're heartbroken because your true colors are seen. And you've learned your karmic lesson when it comes to this jackass. So it's over. It's freaking over because you are illuminated and they are blocked. They got to stop messing around with your GPS. Yeah, you've illuminated the truth about your discovery, about the block, about this. They were blocking your GPS by coming in, loving to hate you and trapping you in this round and round and round. You're praying, you're faithful. You perhaps while you were trapped, you stayed prayerful, and the divine masculine, ooh. What's going on? Prayerful. What's going on? The round and round. The love to hate you. You were praying in these cycles. You remained positive. We've got a trap. There's a trap. There's a trap. Divine masculine. Effed up over you. We got some bad news regarding the history of a thug saying goodbye. So divine masculine may know the history of this thug, what they've been doing to the beloved children of God, the masters who went up there, who were supposed to be graduate. Yeah, so it looks like there's a divine feminine who is a master who made an offering to. It looks to me like there's been an offering of a divine feminine to an Egyptian, and it seems to me that this Two of Cups with this Knight of Pentacles is turning things upside down. Things are falling apart. God is fed up. So there's been an offering, and some stuff is happening. Now, we got this curator out there with his Satan, and the devil is coming on in, and apparently, I don't know what the heck y'all got going on. What do you got going on? You got the Satan. Apparently what? Satan doesn't have feet. They have hooves or something. Like the goat or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, does Lucifer have feet? I mean, I don't know. And you just got to wonder, you know. I mean, all these guys are freaking been around forever. And they all got their idea of what is acceptable. And nobody's happy with anybody else's ideas. Crazy. So the gatekeepers, we got a Five of Pentacles hardship for the gatekeepers. They're being rejected. The gatekeepers are being rejected because of them rejecting all of these divine feminines here. They're nasty. The gatekeepers have been leaving these divine feminines in poverty, taking their reward for being a master away from them. Their honor, lifetime after lifetime. You've done some investigation here as to the rejection. What do you mean? So they're being rejected due to your investigative research. The King of Pentacles is here. He's the new gatekeeper of this Wheel of Fortune. Those who are in temperance energy, those who are balanced, are moving on up. And we've got this gatekeeper. The gatekeeper was giving the reward to their sex addict, their Jezebels, those to go up there and connect and cord with the upper dimensional divine masculines and then draw them down into this nasty low vibrational crap, right? To strip from them, basically. They're a high upper dimensional energy, frequency, authorities. So there's history. So there's a new one. Okay, those who are balanced, those who are in temperance energy, due to the history of this sex addict. So there's proof of them doing this. The research has been done. These gatekeepers have been promoting sex addicts, sex slaves, to go up there and sabotage the divine masculine. So we got the King of Swords here. There's justice. And there is clarity here. The unease is fleeting. You made a wish, or you're making a wish. The unease is fleeting. Fleeting. Fleeting is temporary. There's fleeting unease. You made a wish. Fleeting unease. Wish. Snake. The snake is making a wish. The snake is making a wish. You've discovered the lies. You were making a wish and the snake was twisting it. There's an offering here of a hard work. So there's hard work, mastery, and offering of a divine feminine. And there's an Egyptian mask on this card. Law. Law. Knight of Pentacles. This is a Two of Cups that will persevere through challenges. God is fed up. Things are falling apart. The law is happening. There's a master was offered. Divine Feminine is getting is balancing the scales here. Fierce, independent woman. Fed up. God is fed up with what these jackwagons have been doing to fierce, independent women, recycling them through for scarcity, for pain, for suffering, because they mastered themselves when the gatekeeper didn't. The gatekeeper is there because they harvested somebody else's freaking identity. Loser. A loser. So we got the Seven of Swords here. Deception and trickery by the devil. This codependent, nasty jackwagon. Casting illusions over the mental body of joyous women. They did not deceive anybody. They did not cheat anybody. They weren't backstabbing nobody. These are joyous, honest women with the good discernment and intuition here. So they're under judgment here for what they did to the women. The all-seeing eye can see. There's knowledge here. They transformed in the dark. They have this beautiful imagination. And there's no pressure here. They're temperance. They're in balanced energy. They're tempered. There's divine intervention here because you, as long as you can control your mind, I heard, then you get to advance. But you got these devils out there trying to break your heart, trying to run this nasty, streaming, this voodoo, Hulu, Wi-Fi, Microsoft, whatever, streaming movie crap, radio channels and whatnot. They love to spend a couple hours just repeating heartbreak while trying to stick a knife in your chest. Of course, from the unseen space. Three of Pentacles, you're not working with them anymore because of the history of what they've done to the High Priestess and her family. There's a silence. There's a silence. They're going silent. They kept you silent. They're being silent. They did something here. So there's no working with these powers of three. No more covens. No more covens because of what they've done to the High Priestess, this jealousy. Page of Pentacles wants to make an offer, but there are boundaries in place by the Sun. The Lion is protecting this woman, and the Jezebel's not happy about they could be having money problems. They're not happy about your fortune. You're resting. You're in the Four of Swords energy. You're listening to the fruits. You're receiving the fruits. So you're getting intellectual messaging. The spiritual fraud that was bumping heads with those, they could be listening in. Somebody might be listening in to what it is that you're receiving here while you're resting and relaxing. They're listening to the fruits that you're receiving. There's one who refuses to forfeit the connection from long ago. This gatekeeper, whatever the hell. He's in a downward spiral, going in ego death. His life is nothing but chaos. He's a cheat. He's a double cheat. A siphoner of souls. A tapper of minds. And, then perhaps running around having sex. This poisonous liar. Freaking snake. You've ascended. So the spiritual guru that was listening in on your thoughts, by bumping heads, yeah. So they're going down while you go up. So they were bumping heads with you and others who had gifts. So this is a fraudulent spiritual advisor. They're in a downward spiral while you are being promoted. You are rising. You're ascending. Yep. Right now, you're resting and you're receiving the fruits of your labor. So whatever it is, it could be coming to you in the spirit. Maybe while you're dreaming, you're building something, and this guru, this wacky jack who refuses to let go, you're just kind of moving, and you know, people they're getting quieter and quieter because there's a what do you call that? A cavern or whatever. There's a yeah, you got talent. You got natural born talent, and I've heard divine masculines say that you are necessary, and as long as you can control your mind, you get to move up. And you got these people, they're doing lies, they're streaming negative thought forms while affecting the energy. And so as long as you can hold your mental and your energy stable, then you get to move on. Keep yourself in temperance, keep yourself balanced. Because you got some folks that are real upset. They've been keeping those gates, and they've got billions, trillions of dollars because they've been harvesting the wealth out of divine feminine every time. She is the master. And that's why their life is falling apart right now, because she busted on through, and the eye in the sky can see clearly now. Yep, because the high priestesses are freed, and these ones are not happy. They're not happy because you're getting the money. It's your money. It all belonged to you anyway. It was forbidden for these ones to do what they're doing. To go out and have drinks, to have reckless sex, and then to mirror these people. To pretend, right? So there's a separation, a breakup. Yeah, there's an end. There's an end to them encountering you. So there could be, they're breaking up, and while you're about ready to encounter somebody. Or those who were breaking up, your soon-to-be encounter, are losing the light that they had stolen, and then presented themselves in the light-filled realm as. Take it as it resonates. You've got some animal friends, pets. Maybe you're seen as a pet. Maybe you have pets, dogs and cats. Maybe you have animal friends. Maybe you're friends with the Lyrans. Solving the puzzle. And one of my astral experiences, there was a dining room, and it was an old house. It was cobwebs and stuff. And there was like a false wall, and the wall was like, the false wall was a pretty good size, maybe the size of my table here. But in there was old furniture and more dust, and there was filled with cats. And I'm like, so this is like, yeah. So there was an offering made. A master. Maybe a divine feminine offered her services. Maybe God set it up that way, because God is the one who got fed up with the way they were using and abusing this powerfully light, powerfully dark, powerfully divine feminine, who is a lawyer, a judge, or somebody. She's balancing the scales. The mystery is that there was toxic attachments. These devils were addicted to her energy and to her gifts. They wanted to be seen as there's a new beginning now. You might be getting the room, empty room. You might be getting the message. You might be getting a message. There's a new beginning here, and this is the end of these people's opportunity to have this kind of crap and to make movies and take photographs and to defile people. Divine timing. There is a reconciliation for those who have a soul and who are singing their song, who are identified. There's a reconciliation, and there's a cool down here for the shadow. And I don't know if that means the cryogenics or whatever that means. It could just be a slowdown or something, right? There's no more coexisting with the devil. The clown, because they were binding people and harming people, tormenting people, pretending to be them and slandering their reputations, while gobbling on their energy and their soul, right? While they were alone, all by themselves, shut down, cursed. You're going home. The rose, the apple, has made a transformation and is going home. You survived, you're identifiable, and you're going home because of this beautiful transformation that you went through. Somebody's trying to run away. Somebody's trying to run away because you received a miracle. You took a leap of faith and you got yourself a miracle. Yeah. There's a forgotten person. There's a forgotten person who chose a third party over you, some past life numbskull who took your crown. And this uninvited guest, this trashy, took your crown and gave it to a trashy person. They're being let go because you've exposed the hidden truth. This happened long, long ago. They're going to be an eternal regret for using you as an exhibit. You were the key to their hope, to their wish fulfillment. They're missing you. They're missing you, but you are firm and committed, wide awake and devoted. You and your person here, your Two of Cups person. So while it gets difficult and while it can seem as though things are a little chaotic, it's a streaming. It's that stupid Wi-Fi streaming of radio shows and such, you know. We are delicate transmitter receivers, divine, and we have crystalline like linings in our system. We're super sensitive, and you know, we've got AI hackers out here everywhere. We're malleable, programmable, and unless we take the initiative to command our own mind and thought pattern, then other people will just run through our mind whatever we want. And it's difficult because sometimes when they run stuff through the mind, they also couple it with a heartbreak, and it kind of reminds you of a previous trauma or whatever. But if you've done your shadow work, it doesn't last long. You can recognize it as an interference because if you've done your shadow work, you're not running around thinking crap like that all the time. You're very calm, very stable. So it's an obvious infiltration or interference. So we've got cycle repeat and da-da-da-da. So there's a Five of Pentacles coming for the gatekeepers. They are being rejected because you've done an investigation here. You will no longer be repeating this cycle. You are no longer stuck in a loop. You have done an investigation. You have explored what has been going on here. It could be that the gatekeepers are going to be in a Five of Pentacles because they rejected you. You're not stuck anymore. Absolutely not. You've explored what's going on here and you're out of here. These people are blocked AF. Blocked AF. These toxic ties. Because you gave them everything. You gave them everything, Divine Feminine. You gave them everything. And they sent you back through for a Five of Pentacles life of brutality, getting beat down by stronger people than you, people who had more guns, more authority, these worse than animal brutes. They have no honor or respect for the sacred essence of a woman, a mother, she who provides bones and lungs and eyes for the living. King of Pentacles seems to be the new gatekeeper here with the Wheel of Fortune. He's in charge of the destiny for those who are in temperance energy, for those who can bring balance to the territory. This is very important. There is a history here of those sex addicts. They're being rejected here. Only when convenient, used for attention. There is no depth. They have no roots. They're just there to get it on and then see you next week kind of business. You can't build anything with them. So the King of Swords knows the truth here. He's got clarity regarding, we got the Four of Cups here. So there's a fleeting feeling of unease. You've got your wish. The snake is here. You can see the lie. They're talking to the void. They're texting and there's no reply. They're left hanging. So you got your wish. The snake is left hanging, talking to the void. The feeling, the unease is fleeting. So whatever I don't know, whatever that is. Maybe, so the feeling of unease, what's been happening to me is like they've been trying to break the chakra. They've been trying to sabotage the Merkaba, the light body, the chariot that is connected to Source. And like the other day, they sent in a magnificent, magical freaking, it was trying to crack my chakra bad, man. It hurt. But look what we got here. It's the unease is fleeting. It's fleeting unease. You make your wish and it's like, go away. And there they are, talking to the void. The snake is a liar and they're talking to the void. There's no reply. They've lost signal. They can no longer touch you, communicate with you, interfere with you. We got the Eight of Pentacles here. So you are a master. You have been working very, very hard. A craftsman, a craftswoman. We've got an offering, divine feminine, law, lawyer, judge, police. Used, then discarded, thrown away, devalued, emotional trash. So you could be a lawyer for those, or taking on, maybe you're balancing the scales for those who were devalued by fake nice people. So they were treated like trash by mask wearers, fake people. It looks to me like there's craftsmanship being done here. There's a lot of diligence being done. This offering, divine feminine, lawyer. There's a lawyer, a judge. It looks to me like she's representing those who were discarded by a mask wearer, a phony. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, he's reliable and persevering. He's not gonna just bail on you. This is a partnership, a Two of Cups partnership that is solid. Yep, and things are falling apart. God is fed up. Your person's fed up. You're an independent, powerful woman. You're fed up. You're a leader. You're here to guide people in a proper way. And they keep sending up a hoe bag to represent you in this upper space. And now God's like, why are all the women here hoe bags? Well, that's why I am the skies, because the gatekeepers are just being greedy little a-holes. So, yeah, God is fed up with you being rejected. You're the prize. You're this powerful, independent woman, and they reject you every time, and then they siphon you, and they cover you in the blame and the shame of their own filth. And they tried to get you, cast the illusion that you weren't a magnificent Libra, balancer of scales. You don't have to be a Libra, but you're a divine feminine, a master. And God is sick of these people treating you like you were trash while sending up trash as you, wearing your face. Oh, these people are stupid. Their own people are telling them they're stupid. In the near future, we've got Seven of Swords. So there's deception and trickery by the devil. Oh, the devil wants you back. They're casting an illusion, or they're in a Seven of Cups illusion regarding, it looks to me, divine feminine's joy. They're not able to backstab you. They're not able to deceive you. Your intuition is right on. They can't love bomb you. They can't play games with you. They're trying. They want to. It's not working. They might get you for a little while before you catch it. Yeah, look. You always come back. It's a familiar pain. It's a familiar pain. And rehearsing the past, mental scripts, guilt, self-blame. You always come back and try to do it again. And it's always happened that way. But you got your sixth sense now. They're not able to backstab you, deceive you, love bomb you, play games with you. You're rehearsing the past. You're remembering, like, what was the pattern, you know? What was this pattern of false hope that caused you to leave the door open to this familiar pain? You got this intuition, sixth sense. You learned your discernment regarding it. These people are under judgment. The eye in the sky can see exactly what these ones have been doing. There's clarity now. There's knowledge of this transformation that you've been undergoing in the dark. And these ones keep rolling you down the hill, rolling down the hill. And this has been going on for centuries. And now they're finally going to get their just reward. Absolutely. You are the one who can imagine wildness, like things that haven't been created yet. It comes out of you. You are necessary. Because not only can you create or generate things that haven't even been thought of yet, which is a really rare trait apparently, but they did their best to destroy your mind. And it's like it changed you, but in a good way. It's like perhaps your soul knew, like long ago maybe, that there seemed to be some pattern recognition. And maybe you practiced just being spontaneous and just winging it, going here and going there and never knowing where you're going to wind up and just doing it, right? And going with the flow. Maybe you did. I don't know. But these ones focused on pattern recognition because it's an AI system that I feel is based off of the original organic transmitter receiver divine. And they come in and they love bomb you because they want to break your device. They want to break your mind. They want to break your heart. They got to tear your chakras up. They got to get you in a heartbreak so they can get this negative stuff. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, look at that. He hates me. You know, this got messed up again. You know, all this stuff. They're messing with your mind. Somebody's afraid of your mind. Somebody's afraid of your mind. You're not under pressure. You're not having any anxiety. There's divine intervention here because these ones were always love bombing, leaving the divine feminine confused, treating her like she was trash when she's the treasure. And now they don't get any of it. They had centuries of it. It should be enough. And we got some folks out there that are looking for, you know, they want to do technology and a harvest and all that, and people don't know what's going to happen, and nobody does. Obviously not, because if these ones, if these snakes knew what was going to happen, then, you know, there's been a lot of shifts in the last 20 plus years regarding the verbal. So you're no longer working with the Three of Pentacles. Collaboration became competition in the history of this High Priestess. They wanted this family silenced, or maybe, they're going to be kept silent. Maybe they were coerced by your family. Maybe they were coerced. Can't move on. Stuck in a loop. Missing them. No closure. So those who are messing with the High Priestess and her family, or this family that was messing with her, whatever, they're going silent. They're going to be kept silent. They can't move on. And they're stuck in a loop. So probably like you know, back before there were telephones or cell phones. And I don't know, maybe you lived in the wilderness and there were no maps. Remember those maps? You had those big fold out maps and there was no way to get a hold of anybody. Like, and there was no telepathy or none of that. Like, they just shut you down in every way that they thought they could. And now they're stuck in a loop. You're no longer working with the people who who betrayed you in the history. They're being silenced. They can't move on. There's no closure for them. They're stuck in a loop. Or maybe they silenced you. The tea is cold now. Page of Pentacles wants to make an offer, but there are boundaries regarding the sun, regarding maybe the lion is protecting this woman and her transformation. We've got the Jezebel isn't happy about finances, about these finances, about this success, about your fortune. But the tea is cold now. You're not dealing with any more drama. You're over it. The past has expired. You walked away from the table. Oh, they want to come and take it. They still think they will. They still think they will. You're here in the Four of Swords. So you're resting. You're making plans. What you're going to do with your fruits of your labor. You could be listening to the divine. Maybe meditating. The sun is shining upon your face. You're relaxed. Mr. Spiritual Guru. This ego is going in ego death. He's in some chaos. Going in a downward spiral. For bumping heads and then pretending that he was that. You, while he's going down, you're going up. You are being promoted. You're making progress. It's your talent. You're the one with the natural talent. And these ones tried to really... You've got the one with the natural talent. You got the powerful light, the powerful dark. You are in temperance. You're like double temperance. You got temperance and balance. This is you stuck to the law. You did not cheat. You didn't fake it to make it. You got down and you got into the details of what it was going to take to make something stick, to be solid, to be effective, to work, right? And these others were just faking it to make it, and it's just crazy. Crazy. They chose you. They betrayed you. They betrayed you. So they're going in a downward spiral, and you are in an ascension. You're being lifted up, promoted, because you were born with natural talent. And this guru was plugging in, tagging it, and then stealing intellectual property and pretending that he was this gifted person. This should have been done quite a while ago. It's already over though. This has been dragging on for some time. This stupid love me, leave me, deflowering and then treating the pure heart like she's trash. This is stupid, man. Fake apologies, unsent messages, messing with the mind, the no contact zone. Nothing was ever adding up. They tried to delete you, Divine Feminine. They tried to delete you. They're still trying. They still think, I don't know, I think they're thinking, you know, that if the magic fails, they'll use the technology, you know, they'll do bombs, whatever. I mean, they're talking about, like, you know, a whole big portion of the United States going to the water, but who knows what these crazy locos are going to do, because they do this all the damn time. They're psycho. At least some of them are. Perhaps all of them in various ways, just like they accuse everybody else. So we've got the Five of Pentacles for the gatekeepers. Why? Because of the investigation showing that they were rejecting people at the gate, these divine feminines, these masters, these skilled healers, these entities that bring balance and temperance to the realm. They were replacing them with sex-addicted hobags who were going up there doing pornography or whatever the hell, and then broadcasting it throughout the universe as these divine feminines. Nasty business, Jack. Nasty business. The gatekeepers are going to be experiencing poverty for quite some time. They're not very happy because you don't have to repeat the cycle anymore. You're done. You're no longer stuck in their loop. Obsessing won't update the results. They're having anxiety and they're overthinking. They keep obsessing over it. What do you mean you're not stuck on repeat? They just can't believe it. You made it out. And they've been rejected. King of Pentacles. There's a new gatekeeper here. He's the Wheel of Fortune. It goes to those who are balanced, to those who are temperance, to those who offer it, those who are stable. We've got history of this sex addiction that was only there with no depth, only when convenient. It's just a utility. An emotional utility. Somebody's having a bad day or whatever, they go have angry sex or whatever, you know, and then bam, okay, whatever. No, somebody was using others in a bad way. They're exhausted watching your reruns. Your spirit guides are face palming again. Patterns, denial, and accountability. Only when convenient. It's over. What they did to you is they can't undo it. You made it out. You are balance. You are temperance. You are the divine feminine, mastered yourself. You are the law, lawyer, judge, whatever. You did everything by the book. They used you and discarded you. Or maybe you're representing those who were by mask wearers. Take it as it resonates. There's an offering. It could be there's an offering by the divine feminine lawyer, magistrate. Take it as it resonates. So King of Swords is here. He knows the truth. He's got clarity. There's fleeting unease, and you're getting your wish. The snake is talking to the void. They can no longer contact you. They're lying. Nobody wants to talk to the snake anymore. Nobody's believing what the snake says anymore. So there was an uneasy feeling, perhaps, that is fleeting. It's gone, like the wind. We've got half your problems equals sleep deprivation. The snake is not able to sleep. They're falling asleep. They can't sleep. They're talking to the void. There's no reply. Stop. Stop cosplaying fear as guidance. Anxiety. That wasn't intuition. That was anxiety in a cape. Anxiety, self-awareness, perception. Maybe they see you as some sort of superhero. They want you to stop. They're having anxiety. They're afraid. They can't sleep. Maybe every time they go to sleep, something happens. Talking to the void. So there's a mastery here, craftsmanship, skill, real skill, 8 of Pentacles. There's an offering here, divine feminine. Could be a magistrate taking on cases for those who were used and then discarded. Those who were devalued by mask wearers. Those who copycatted them. Those who pretended to love them in order to gain a contract and then use them. Your pain isn't content. Healing doesn't need a hashtag. Privacy, self-restraint, and growth. Sweet and then sour. Congrats, you just sponsored the circus. You wanted red flags, not a damn parade. Awareness, choice, wake-up call. Somebody's having a wake-up call. There's a mask wearer having a wake-up call. Love, don't pay rent. Your bank account said no before the universe did. Money, priorities, humor. So they sponsored the circus. They sponsored the circus. It wasn't real. It wasn't real. They left divine feminine in the dust, and now they're in trouble. They knew this would happen, I suppose, if this occurred. We've got this Knight of Pentacles, persevering through this Two of Cups connection. It's high value, partnership. Things are falling apart. God is fed up. We've got a powerful, independent woman here, light and shadow, tempered, balanced. And we've got, they rejected her. They rejected her. God's fed up. Unfollow equals self-care. So she's free. She's free of those people who rejected her. She's like, I'm out of here. She doesn't need that. What does she need that for? We got trickster, deception, the devil, trying to cast illusions over the divine feminine's mind. We have joy, and there's no deception. They're not able to play mind games with divine feminine. They're not able to love bomb her, backstab her. She's got her sixth sense about her. She's got discernment. And it's not just intuition, it's subconscious. So this is the silent type too, right? We got rehearsing the past, mental scripts, guilt, self-blame. You always come back. False hope, door left open, familiar pain. So yeah, they're wanting to come back in, but nothing hotter than saying no. Boundaries are sexy, babe. Empowerment, limits, and self-honor. You've got your intuition on and you're saying no. You know they're always coming back. You're rehearsing the past. Everything about the past. They cannot backstab you. You're like, no, I'm happy. I'm happy just the way I am. No, 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 no. And we got the eye in the sky calling judgment. Now that what these ones have been, these gatekeepers have been doing to divine feminines here, there's knowledge gained. The transformation in the moon, in the dark, the imagination, what has occurred in the mind while you were in the dark. You're saints, you're saintly women. You're these obvious divine feminines. So you're not under pressure. You're not having anxiety. You could be a catalyst. Whatever you are or offer is serendipity. These ones were love bombing you and playing with your mind. Maybe you're a catalyst to the change in what this has been happening here. There could be a, yeah, because charm isn't character. You were getting love bombed by the devil. You were getting love bombed by the devil. So there is divine intervention here. You're not under any pressure. You're not having any anxiety. We're getting rid of it. No more anxiety. This is done, done, done. No one's coming to steal your spotlight, hun. You're the main character. Start acting like it. Confidence, empowerment, and spotlight. Nothing hotter than saying no. Yes, and you can't base your decisions in life on fear. It just doesn't work out. If you want to be a successful anything at all, that certainly must go. So you're not working with the Three of Pentacles anymore. It's in the reverse. Collaboration became competition in the history with this High Priestess. We've got family is silencing these ones, and they're stuck in a loop. It could be these gatekeepers were your family. Let's see here. Is it this High Priestess's new family, which is silencing people and whatever? Post breakup, main character arc. Glow up is the best revenge. Confidence, transformation, and a comeback. So Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Collaboration became competition in the history with this High Priestess. This family can't move. You're no longer stuck in a loop, or they're stuck in a loop. They're being silenced. They cannot move on. High Priestess has a new family. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Divine Feminine here with an offering. So whoever did this to you, your new family perhaps, is silencing those who were messing with you. They got to stay silent. They're stuck in a loop because you're getting a glow up, and that's the best revenge. You're transforming. You're transforming. You're becoming something new. Page of Pentacles is here wanting to make an offer, but there are boundaries in place by the sun. The lion is watching over you. We got a jealous copycat who's not happy about finances because the tea is cold now. You're not dealing with any more drama. You're over it, and the past has expired. They can't even use you for this money to get money anymore. They can't have this reckless sex and get paid to be a hoe. You know, they can't do any of that anymore. Boundaries. Sometimes it's just bad decisions. They made mistakes. Honey, you're not on clearance. Stop lowering your price tag for discounts. Dignity, worthiness, self-value. So the tea is cold. You're getting up from the table. You're walking away. These ones can't get rich off of your suffering anymore. You're like, they made some bad decisions. They made some bad decisions. There are boundaries in place. Everything you do is got dignity. And just because they're a mess doesn't mean, just because there might be a mess doesn't mean you're not a powerful being. Tea is cold. You're done with the drama. And we got rejection is just divine spam filter. God didn't ghost you. He blocked him for you. There's protection, divine timing, and redirection. You are not on clearance. You are a high value, divine feminine. You've been held back here at the gate by these gatekeepers. We got a new gatekeeper now, apparently, and because of the history of these ones sending up sex addicts into the upper dimensional space and trapping divine feminines in a state of poverty while suffering. And what they've been doing is just terrible. They know who we are. So you're resting and recuperating, perhaps healing. You're listening. You could be listening to the fruits of your spiritual connections. We had this spiritual guru there that was bumping heads with you and pretending that they were you. They're in a downward spiral. And as they're going down, you are ascending. You are being promoted. You have natural born talent. It always was your talent. They chose a third party. They chose a third party. They remained connected to you while they were ensnaring you and trapping you lifetime after lifetime. And it became real easy because all they had to do was violate the children, right? It just became easier to tag. No need to wait for them to grow up and reject me on date night or to fight back or whatever. No, they had it down. How to snatch a soul, tap that mind, and pretend that they're the guru. You busted out of there. The fruits are yours. They chose a third party, but they remained tapped into your mind, divine feminine, and they were pretending that they were the law. This could be somebody that is pretending to be like a law, like a hierophant or something. Because we got the law and then we got this spiritual whatever. This person guided people wrongly. Stop editing a story that flopped. Your ex is not an unfinished project. These are endings, detachment, and closure. For this spiritual abuser that kept you trapped for centuries and then pretended that they were this person of divine authority and mastery. They certainly weren't. They never were. And the fake you is spazzing out. The fake you is spazzing out. Spirit is typing, but they're not listening. You're being guided. Signs are everywhere. Signs are everywhere. Yeah. This is a reset. This is a reset, and this is retrograde. Everybody is taking ownership of whatever they got going on. They're being held responsible for what they did in the past. And not every soul tie is forever. People are getting cut off. They're losing their Wi-Fi signal. They're getting detached, released. Spiritual glow-ups don't come with filters. There's a reality check over what is authentic and what is just this weird game. And we've got delete. Your thumbs rest. Delete the text, block the number, reclaim your peace. There's closure, detachment, and release again. Detachment, release, ownership of what they had going on. There's a reset. They need to learn discipline. And they're making excuses. They're saying they can't be held responsible. They were drunk. There's like, no, that was sober you. They're trying to blame others. They could be getting out of control mentally. Having a reality check. Because you said no. You said no. There's a separation. They're on a downward spiral and you're moving up. And because the talent is yours and this dude has been faking it. It was yours all along. They need to forfeit the connection. It's a bad, like this is for, according to the tarot, it's a forbidden to tap into a divine being's mind like that and then shut them down in this weird death energy, you know, where they had to transform and then become something new in order to bust out of the shell and be seen. Crazy gods got fed up, or, you know, powerful beings got fed up, and I guess this is it. But here in the near future, we do have a trickster devil trying to cast illusions over the mind, but you are a joy-filled person and they can't deceive you because your sixth sense is on. You're rehearsing the past, they're rehearsing the past. You know they always come back. It's like, hey, I know, man, you always come back. And you're like, no, nothing hotter than saying no. Empowerment. Yep. Alrighty then. That's the message. See you on the next one, everybody. Bye.